Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be back live and here again and sharing some trainings with you. So, as a reminder, in the month of August, there will be a live training every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. I'm a few minutes behind here, but every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, there will be a live training. You can go to the events section in this group and see what trainings are coming up. So as a reminder, Empower the Talk is all about building sex positive homes. So whether that is for you as an individual, for you inside of a partnership, or for you trying to figure out how to have sex positive conversations with your children, all of those are in the scope of Empower the Talk. So feel free to go check out that events tab and see what trainings are coming up. Maybe you know somebody who needs to see this training. Maybe you know somebody who was just talking to you about this exact thing and they need to participate in this training. Be sure to invite them to this group, okay? This group is inclusive to all bodies. I do censor that there are no minors in this group just because the conversations are not meant to be education for minors. They are meant to be education for adults in this conversation, all right? So be mindful of that no minors are in the group. And that is my own personal boundary of making sure that everybody is safe. But all bodies are welcome. We're inclusive to all. So feel free to invite anyone that you think needs to participate in these trainings, all right? So like I said, the whole month of August, every Tuesday night, there will be a live training. And tonight's training is on Mismatched Desire. Mismatched Desire. How many times am I going to get a tongue twister inside of that? So before we get started, I would love to see who is in here live. So if you are watching live or you're watching on the replay, if you will drop an emoji in the comments so I can see you and make sure my comments are working so I see if there are any questions as I start tonight. As a frame as well, all of these trainings will be really quick snippets. So I'm calling these mini master classes because they're only going to be about 15 minutes of your time. So don't feel like you have to sit and watch for the next hour. All right. This is only going to be about 15 minutes. So a super quick snippet on each of these conversations. All right. So tonight with Mismatched Desire, I'm going to leave you with 3 things to think about and do tonight. All right. If you have not yet, invite your partner to watch this live. This is going to be a great conversation starter for both you and your partner to get on the same page about desire and an opportunity for growth inside of your relationship. So if you've not invited your partner to watch this, please do that or watch it with them, share it with them. All of that is perfect. All right. So we're going to jump right in. The first thing that I want you to know about mismatched desire is that there are 2 different types of desire. All right. 2 different types of desire. One of the most common complaints that I ever receive from working with both individuals and with couples is that one partner has less desire and arousal than the other. All right. This creates a lot of tension. I know that there are many people that were messaging me about this exact concept of like, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to do next. I shared a few educational things over on TikTok as well. If you're not following me on TikTok, please do. I'm trying to get to 5,000 followers over there so I can open my TikTok shop. So make sure you do that. It's Empower the Talk is my handle over there. But I shared this concept of mismatched desire and that this training was one that I was doing because this is such a common thing that I hear. And I had so many people messaging me that they are struggling with this exact situation of one partner is aroused or has more desire to have sex than the other partner. All right. This really does create a lot of tension because we think about the act of sex or the act of sexual intimacy in general as being really vulnerable, right? So when there is a mismatch in that, it does create a lot of conflict. It can lead to more arguments. It can create distance between you and a partner. And it is often viewed that the partner that has less desire is the problem, right? That if you don't want sex as much as your partner, that you are the problem. I just triggered some people the way I said that, I know. The difference is that there are actually 2 different types of desire. It's not necessarily less desire versus more desire. It is instead responsive desire and spontaneous desire. Okay. Responsive versus spontaneous desire. So, what does that mean? Responsive desire is experiencing desire after sexual intimacy has been initiated. Okay. And spontaneous desire is experiencing desire prior to sexual intimacy being initiated. They are like two different channels of desire that are often viewed as less versus more, but it is not that at all. People with responsive desire need more sensual touch leading up to and engaging in a sexual activity to put their mind and body at ease in order to feel desire. I'm going to say that again because that's the key piece here. They need more sensual touch leading up to engaging in a sexual activity to put both their mind and their body at ease in order to even feel desire. Okay. This could look like hugs, cuddling on the couch, rubbing their partner's back, taking a shower together. It is normal for someone with responsive desire to not feel desire until after several minutes of foreplay. Okay. Responsive desire is all about that foreplay piece, and that it has to be a foreplay that works well with your brain. If you are not somebody that seeks cuddles on the couch or physical touch is not one of your love languages, cuddles probably aren't going to be the go-to, right? Like it has to speak to you. It has to be connective. So for me, as a non-physical touch person, that isn't my first thought. I need emotional connection. I need to feel seen and heard by my partner in order to be at a point that I could have responsive desire, that desire could be turned on, that could be flickered on. Okay, that it's that emotional space versus even just the physical space, but that there can be a lot of sensuality in this emotional vulnerability, this emotional connection with a partner. All right. So people who have spontaneous desire do not require as much intimacy or affection leading up to a sexual activity. They value unplanned and impulsive sexual advances towards them, like inviting them into the shower with you, caressing their genitalia while you're watching TV. Do you have a partner that's just like, oh yeah, you could totally just touch while we're just sitting here watching TV? If you have that partner, please put it in the comments. Or even a quickie over lunch break. It is not abnormal to be easily aroused and easily find yourself often wanting to engage in sexual activity with your partner. It is not abnormal. All right. Neither of these desires are abnormal, but what is normal is that two people of varying desires are in partnership together. All right. And it is so hard to separate from our own experience of desire to put on the lens of our partner's experience of desire. All right. Literally just having this conversation with them of, oh, which do you think connects most for you? Are you a spontaneous desire or a responsive desire? All right. A good chunk of vulva owners are responsive desire. That does not mean all. All right. And that does not mean that it can't shift throughout phases of life. But a good chunk of individuals with vulvas are going to be more on that responsive side, that they need a piece of connection first, whether that is physical, emotional. There needs to be a connective piece first, foreplay first, before they're feeling any kind of desire. Neither desire style is wrong or bad. So just shut that off right now, okay? Neither one of them are bad, and neither one of them are good. They are both of neutral basis on desire. All right. There's not a good or bad in this. They are just different. They both hold the same value. If we take the time to understand not only our own desire, but our partner's desire, it will absolutely help you and your partner towards having a more satisfying sex life. When you're able to have that conversation with your partner of which style feels most in alignment for you and which style is most in alignment for them, it will lead to a more satisfying sexual experience. Okay. All right. Point number 2, opportunities for vulnerability. Most couples come to me, and when I ask them this question, they often get really red and have blushed and say, no, no, I've not done that. When I ask couples if they have shared a fantasy with their partner, yeah, those really erratic things that you think about while you're masturbating, have you shared that with your partner? Have you shared it with them? Or are you also blushing and saying, no, I could never, I could Okay. Yes, I will give you this. It can be awkward watching your partner's face as you share the really spicy details of the fantasy in your brain, and not be sure how they're going to respond or how they're going to take it, or if they're going to think you're weird, or if they're not into it. And so then you've just like completely turned them off by sharing this at all. That's normal, right? That is a normal experience, and our brains get in front of us of, let me just keep you safe and just don't share it at all. All right. It's really, really common for partners to be nervous about sharing their fantasy and nervous about how a partner will respond to it. So, that is where a really helpful tool can come in, like my couples journal. So, if you did not know, I do have a couples journal available that is literally laid out in this concept of being able to write back and forth to your partner. Because oftentimes, when we do not see the physical expression on their face, we are able to be more vulnerable in that written text of saying what's really underneath. Right? So, this journal is an opportunity for you to write back and forth with your partner, and it is rooted in effective communication and emotional awareness. I am really freaking excited because after several people had reached out to me over the past several months of having this journal, like, I just want it in paper. I know that the digital format is easy. I just want it in a paper format so it's ready to go. I am going to be launching my couples journal on Amazon. It's going to be able to be purchased on Amazon, which is like really freaking exciting for me. And I'm very stoked about it. So, with that being said, I want to give all of you in this training an intro opportunity because it will be able to be purchased on Amazon anywhere for $19.99. That will be the paper bound physical copy of the journal for $19.99. But for those of you that are in this training right now, you get the opportunity of getting it at intro pricing for only $15. So if you are interested in trying out this opportunity of connecting on a really vulnerable level with your partner and being very in tune with the emotional awareness, having an opportunity to have these really spicy conversations in a way that is safer, this is the journal for you. All right. Like I said, intro pricing will be $15. So if you would like to purchase that, you're welcome to put journal in the comments below and I'll reach out to you after the live. But it is a really helpful tool for you to continue these conversations with your partner, especially if these conversations are so far out of your space of comfort. All right. And then number 3, the final thing that I want to leave with you when we're talking about desire is know thyself. Know thyself, meaning get to know your body. A large chunk of desire or lack of desire is from not even knowing what your body is capable of. Okay. So many individuals, specifically those that identify as women, have been in my space and have said that they've never used a sex toy, have said that they don't really know what is so pleasurable about sex, so they're not even sure if they've had an orgasm. That's a conversation that I have with so many people who identify as women. And this is the point of this desire piece, is that you have to know your body. You have to know what your body is capable of, and you have to be able to communicate about what feels good for you. And in order to be able to tell a partner, I need you to move a little bit to the left, you have to know your body and that you need them to move a little bit to the left. Okay. So things that you can do are attend my retreat. I just posted the details of the retreat again. This is something that has been on my dream board for years. And I started promoting this retreat a couple months ago now. There are currently 5 or 6 spots left on the retreat. So the spots are filling up, which is exciting. I'm so excited. It's going to be a close-knit, intimate group, and it is going to be a weekend retreat where we are talking about all things sex positivity and this opportunity to truly embrace yourself and understand what that means and what that looks like as the individuals and beings that we are. All right. So do things like attending my retreat. Buy a freaking sex toy. All right. You guys know if you're in my my space, you know I'm really passionate about sex toys and that they can be such a learning tool for a solo usage as well as a partnered usage. All right. And Empower the Talk just launched their very own sex toy line. There are 5 items in that starter line. So check those out. Check out a sex toy. Do a boudoir shoot. Understand what your partner sees when they look at you. So many times, boudoir is something that we choose to do just for our partner. But I have found that the shoots that we do for ourselves are often more powerful than the shoots that we do for anyone else. Those boudoir shoots are an opportunity to put on the lens of someone else and see how someone else sees our body and be able to truly honor and value all pieces of our body. I have an incredible boudoir photographer who is actually going to be at the retreat and is one that I would recommend over and over and over again to anyone in my space. And I feel safe sending you to her. If you know me, you know I'm very protective of my people, and it is important to me that I only partner with companies and other entrepreneurs that I know my people will be safe with. And Cindy Johnson is one of those people. She is somebody that she looks for your soul in those photos and she finds it and she displays it. And it is a powerful work of art that she creates. And I am honored that she is going to be a part of the Embrace Yourself retreat. Become intimate with your own body. Get to know what your body does. Get on a personal, deep, emotionally connective level with your own body. For a vulva owner, it is really common that you have to become consistent with pleasure for your body to want more of it. So much of responsive desire is understanding what pleasure actually feels like and why your body would crave more of that and why you would want that. So much of this is getting to know our bodies so that we feel safe sharing that with a partner. Not all beings in here are going to be responsive desire beings, and not all beings in here are going to be spontaneous desire beings. But understanding how your body works is the basis of being able to balance out that mismatch a little bit in desire. Yes, there are absolutely times where you need to talk to your doctor because there might be something else going on, but so much of desire is a psychological thing. And when we understand how our brains work from that emotional being that we are so much better able to communicate that to a partner and able to understand how our desire works and what we need to feel more connected to our partner in that desire. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope these little tips helped you as you continue to sit with mismatched desire. No, this is not going to be the end all be all for every desire conversation, but there is so much more where that came from. Reminder, you can snag the journal at intro pricing. That will be going through August 5th is that intro pricing. So let me know if you would like to snag that journal. It's going to be a great opportunity to connect with your partner. Let me know if you're interested in the retreat. I posted the details a little bit earlier. Feel free to check that out. Message me if you have questions about it. I am an open book when it comes to the retreat because it's something that I am incredibly passionate about and so looking forward to. I have my own little countdown over here waiting for the retreat to happen. So I'm super excited. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Again, this is Liz Martin. I am a certified sex educator and a sex positive parenting coach. I love talking about all things sex positivity. Feel free to reach out if you have any other questions or topics that you would like me to train on. Those are always welcome to be popped into my inbox and I'll add them to the list. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night and I will see you all again soon. Bye.